Yeah, good times.
Very good times. Our last
The
show
best
in the
of
studio
times.
for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
3 weeks.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
We'll still be doing a show.
2 weeks off? What do you mean? We're not off. We're just not doing it here.
We've been working our asses off for the last 2 weeks to be ready for the 2 weeks off.
That's right, yeah.
This ridiculous commitment we've made to doing multiple programs.
What is going on with that?
Why?
Whose idea was that?
I don't know. I sometimes wonder, if I'm honest.
Well, you know what? I'd like to think that if we stopped doing it, there'd be a lot of disappointed people.
I also
I'd
like to think that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the thing with podcasting, right? You see so many people get into it and then leave it, and because it's hard. I don't think people appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's actually easy. Let's be honest. It's actually easy for us.
Yeah, this bit. Yeah, it's not too bad.
The coordination of it is probably the hardest part for us. And, adding the complexity in the EV show of callers is just a complexity, and that's why EFTM is difficult. But
we enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it anyway. I hope you do too.
And I haven't done it yet, but I am going to get producer Rob to start helping with the EV show. But we just need to, we are pretty much locked in now to, okay, if we start at 10:30, let's make 10:30 till 11:30 the window. Because all I need to do is give them a window and say, if you can just get callers in this window,
that's right. Yeah.
That'll work for us.
And it's working so far. We've got some great callers.
Mate.
Yeah.
We get great feedback from the industry, especially because they're hearing callers.
People are hearing it. Yeah.
Best value podcast feed in the world.
Absolutely. So EV drops Monday morning. Then you got Tech Guide Tuesday. Then you got Wednesday EFTM. Thursday you've got Two Blokes. Friday you've got the private feed. Saturday you've got the movies.
That's it.
Boom.
Sunday, a day of rest.
Sunday, even God rested on Sunday.
Well,
so the Two Blokes are going to rest on Sunday as well.
We're having our godly day.
That's pretty solid, eh?
It's the most godly I'll ever be.
That's good.
Is having a rest on a Sunday.
No, I often hear people say, "Oh, I heard your podcast," and I say, "Which one? Which one did you hear?" He goes, "This one," or Tech Guide. I went, "Which feed did you hear Tech Guide?" He goes, "Oh no, in the Two Blokes feed." I went, "Okay."
We're both away for Father's Day, so
yeah,
we celebrated Father's Day 2 weeks ago.
Did you do?
Well, what happened was something was meant to be on, I think, and it was cancelled, and so I did not set an alarm. There was a baseball day or something. It was raining. Anyway, so I slept in. It was like, let's say it was 9 o'clock.
You slept until 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's a big sleep.
That's massive for me.
Wow.
So I come stumbling down the stairs and I start walking to the kitchen and I can hear cooking, which is very unusual in the house. And then Amanda's like, go, get out of here, get out. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, so on the table was a bag that said Happy Father's Day. And so I come back in a minute later and they decided at the last minute because, well, I'm away, we haven't arranged anything. Why don't we just make a bacon egg roll for the bloke now? Yeah. He's got his sleep in because that's all I ever want. And happy days.
Yeah, no one thought of that for me.
Oh, drama. Bit of drama. And then yesterday, it was like Sunday just gone, there was again something else meant to be on, a big community day that I was meant to MC, and it was just raining, so it wasn't going to happen. And so again, I'm like, oh man, could have had another Father's Day.
Oh.
It was mentioned during the day as well. Could have had another one.
Another bacon egg roll for the old bloke.
Yeah. Bring that on any day.
Bacon egg roll. That's a special occasion meal for you.
I love a bacon and egg roll for breakfast.
Me too. Yeah.
It was brioche bun.
Doesn't need to be a special occasion, mate.
No, that's true. Stig came round last Saturday night. He brought some bacon from some fancy joint. So, I might give that a crack before I go to Berlin. I'll tell you that right now for nothing.
Hello.
Fancy shortcut bacon.
With that one, mate.
It looks very thin.
Wow.
Yeah, some sort of providor.
He'd know.
What's a providor?
Isn't it someone who sources cheese and other savoury
So is it actually a provider?
Food? Yeah. So cheeses,
but is it pronounced providor or provider?
Providor, I thought it was.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Providor is it spelled provider though?
Providor. It's all with an E on the end of it. O-R-E.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. So they're the people that provide the food.
Yeah. For cheese and what you normally have on a charcuterie plate. Those guys.
Amanda's
they have deliberately hard to pronounce names.
Some of the cutest things she does are stress about things like that. So Stig's coming around. I said I had a new laptop for him, so I said come around for dinner one night, mate. And we finally convinced him to come around. And Amanda's like freaking out. It was on a Thursday night or something. Yeah. It was a Saturday. Anyway. Yeah. And she's like, well, I need to go. I said, we're just going to get Thai. Relax. So she goes to the shops that day. She gets jets and cheese and she sets up a cheese board and all this stuff. And I'm like,
wow.
Babe, it's just Stig.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a celebrity in our house.
Similar to conversations I've had at my place when people come over. But hey,
so just crack a can and we'll be good.
Yeah, no.
In fact, we didn't have any drinks, so that was a bit of a
trouble
fail.
of doing the charcuterie.
Yeah, right.
Really hard.
She loves it.
Yeah.
Presentations, everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, loves it.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Oh, yeah, and I eat it too. It's great.
As long as there was jats for me, and then Amanda goes, that cheese there's the cheese for you, and I tried it. It didn't taste like Coon Tasty
what
to
sort
me.
of cheese was it?
Well, I just want Coon Tasty or Cheer Tasty, whatever it's called
Yeah,
now.
still say that.
Oh, that's a brand.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm sure it was a tasty cheese, but it was fancy, and this was all very sweet.
I like a bit of cheese. I like cheesy crackers.
Well, so Amanda sent me a reel the other day of imagine a Kraft single on a table, right, and a Jats cracker. And because the Jats is serrated around the edge, you roll the Jats cracker and it cuts the cheese. Arnott shared it.
What?
Arnott's made a reel of a Jats cracker
cutting a piece
slicing
of
cheese.
But you can't actually do that in reality.
I think you can.
Oh.
Yes, you can.
Is that why the serrated edges are on the Jats?
I don't think it's
what you claim?
why, but it's a very handy use of the serrated edge of a Jats cracker.
That is really smart. That's a great hack if that's true.
It's a slow way to cut your cheese, though. I'll be honest.
You need to go over it a couple of times.
Yeah. I'm more of a. I can get 9 squares out of a slice, tasty slice.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it twice, and then you got 9 squares. That means 9 Jats. I'll normally cut more than one slice of cheese, though, to be honest. Then I end up with bloody 18 Jats and cracked Jats and cheese to eat. That was a go-to snack for me. Still is really. Like if I was gaming at night.
Yeah.
And like when I was playing Far Cry or something.
Yeah.
If it was like 10 o'clock at night, I'd be like, I'll get some Jats and cheese.
Jats and cheese, baby. Yeah. Simple man with simple taste.
Mate, why do you want to be anything more than simple?
I agree, mate. You're not a dip guy? You don't dip it in?
No, she sent me to get dip.
What dip?
Well, I said, what's dip? What do you mean? And so, fortunately, Stig arrived as I was driving out. So I said, mate, you'll come with me because we've got to go get dip, and I don't know what to get.
Ah, there you go.
I haven't dipped
French onion or some,
I don't know.
what is it? The Greek one, the pink one.
You could say
you
anything.
Dip carrots in it.
And I'd believe it was a dip.
Taramasalada or something like that anyway.
Mate.
Some nice stuff. I don't know the name of it, I know it tastes good.
I'll eat a carrot raw.
You won't stick it in a dip?
No way.
Not a hummus guy?
Definitely not. Mate, you didn't need to ask that question. You did not need to ask that question.
I remember when we had lunch, remember that Greek restaurant a couple of weeks ago? There was the dips and the pita bread. You just had the pita bread raw.
Did you remember what I called them?
What did you call them?
Because they were coming out of because we were sitting in this kind of open kitchen area, it looked like. And so they came out to someone else's, starters. And I said to Sammy Skontos, who was hosting us for lunch, thank you, Sam.
Good on you, Sam.
I said, just make sure you get some of those little mini pizzas with no toppings.
That's pita bread, you idiot.
They look like mini pizzas with no toppings.
You're right. Yeah,
and they were bloody lovely.
Oh, nice, yeah.
What? See, this is my thing.
Dip them in you could put the dip on them, mate. You just had them raw, eh? No
they
dip.
were lovely. Why would you ruin them with dip?
They're even better with the dip on them.
No, there's no way they get
Hang
better.
on a minute. When you have a pizza, you eat pizza, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have stuff with topping on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever just have it with nothing on it?
No.
So think of the little pita, which is like your little mini pizza, with something nice on top of it so you can eat it.
Yeah, but they
like
weren't coming out with a tomato paste and a ham of pineapple, were they?
It wasn't, no, but it's meant to be.
You were dipping it in some friggin' weird stuff.
It was great. It was
hummus.
Mate,
I'm out.
Nice.
I'm out.
Wow.
I'm out.
As long as there was enough meat on the menu, you were good, eh? Lamb cutlets and what else?
It was a stretch, but I got there.
Yeah,
the chicken.
That
I had
was
the
a
chicken,
nice
remember?
feed. Good on you, Sam.
By the way, I ordered the chicken. The chicken was cheap, way cheaper than the cutlets.
And it was a full chicken.
But it wasn't that big. The bloke goes, he looked at us when you ordered something, and I ordered the chicken. He goes, chicken's pretty big. I went, please, mate.
Hey, you know who you're dealing with.
Who are we talking to?
Yeah.
But he said it like it was a share meal. We did share it a bit.
Share it. Yeah, it is a share meal. It was big enough for share.
Yeah, but it was only
I took
$45 and the cutlets were like $75 or something.
No, they weren't that much, were they?
They were way more.
Really? Wow. Okay.
And I think chicken was better.
Yeah. No, the lamb cutlets were nice too. Yeah.
He's got some cool stuff.
You're making me hungry now.
Same here. We'll bring you all that information as it drops on techguide.com.au and EFTM.com. Should we...
Let's get on with it.
Okay.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Not a bad price.
With Trevor Long from EFTM.com.
Really handy device.
And Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Yes, the Two Blokes Talking Tech, episode 698.
We're getting closer.
Drum roll, folks. Thanks to the great people at Arlo and Netgear. We'll conduct some technical trials of a broadcast technology in the days ahead.
Yep.
I'm calling it right now.
Yep.
If those trials do not succeed to a studio broadcast level, I'm calling the Apple episode 699.1.
Fair enough.
$6.99 point
You
Apple.
want us to be in why don't we just do that anyway?
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you going to want me to put like 700 up on the wall and stuff?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to
Yes.
have to find graphic design.
I think, well, don't you reckon it should be made a special occasion, not an over the air one?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. What we should have done was get a bunch of highlights and just phoned it in and just done a recast.
A recast. Oi.
Recast the first one?
Isn't that what? Do we or not?
Just the first episode. Did we ever do that? We did that once, didn't we?
I think we might have, yeah. I think when we hit 500.
I think we.
So it was 200 episodes to go.
That's a long time ago.
That's 4 years ago.
We're so old. Anyway, as I discovered during a recent episode recording, which you'll hear in many weeks, he's much older than I remember him to be. Anyway,
Trevor's got a terrible memory.
We'll tell you more about Arlo and Netgear shortly, and we appreciate their support ongoing over 600 plus episodes of Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Yep.
Stephen, the news dropped today. Apple's website was updated with event details of an ore-dropping event.
Dropping, as in jaw dropping.
Ore dropping.
Yeah, they've got to work on their puns.
Yeah, have they run out of puns?
Yeah.
Blue and gold, orange Apple logo.
Looks like a
shining
heat detector. What do you call that?
Looks like FLIR.
Yeah, that looks like, what do you call that? Infrared.
Yeah.
Like it's heat. It's hot.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Did you not see that?
September the 9th, 10 a.m. in Cupertino. September the 10th, Wednesday, 3 a.m. here in Australia.
Yeah.
So very early morning if you're a complete nerd, but we'll have you covered at techguide.com.au on EFTM.com. You don't have to get up early.
Yeah, we'll do all the hard work for you.
It'll all be there for you. So, I mean, we've talked about it a lot over, and I should have brought the phones over, but anyway, we've talked about it a lot over recent months. Yeah. I don't think there's any major surprises to come next week.
I'll be very surprised if there is a surprise.
Yeah, but does that surprise...
We could write this story today.
I think we broadly
and that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah, pre-written. I'll have 3 stories pre-written. iPhone 17.
Yep.
17 takes Ozempic.
Yep. Takes
Apple Watch gets incremental upgrade, and new AirPods. I'll just have that ready.
Okay. New AirPods. Is that what you're ready?
AirPods Pro.
AirPods Pro 4.
Yeah, 3.
3.
Pro 3. AirPods Pro 3. I think that's the only thing that stands out to me as being a potential, not shock, but addition.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's it's gone are the days when Apple can really sort of one more thing and surprise people.
Yeah, I tell you what has bugged
since Steve Jobs died.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's a coincidence, but it just seems that when I suppose it was less. The ways of finding out things were sort of not as
the world
as
is
heavy.
different now too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's frustrated me most of all on social media, TikTok especially, over the last 3 weeks. And I might have mentioned this last week, or I don't mention it after the show. Just the absolute fake news, the bad content that's being made.
iPhone 17.
Well, but here's what they do. When I make those videos, I say these are dummies.
They're dummies.
These may be what they are. This may be what Apple. Don't know for
putting
sure.
this across as being
they go
the real
like
deal.
I saw a guy last night going, "Here, you can't bend the iPhone 17 Air." I'm like, mate, that's a dummy. What are you doing? That's
made
just
of metal,
stupid.
you idiot. Yeah.
And then I've seen people where there was one that had an event invitation a week or so ago, and I'm like, that is not the invitation.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been sent.
Hasn't been sent.
Trust me, it hasn't been sent.
Yeah, right.
If it had been sent, we'd have received it. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
And secondly, thirdly, I see this one, and look, I respect these people are content creators and they're doing it to create views, but it's disingenuous to say, I'll tell you which iPhone 17 you should buy, and then you put up a graphic behind you on a green screen of 4 phones, iPhone 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, with specifications. A19 chip, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
We do not know the specs. Yeah. We do not know the specs. And I'll tell you now,
that's the only surprise.
The one thing is this spec chart, and I liked it so I could keep it in my little memory bank, because after the event, give it enough time, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a video and go, see, this is why you shouldn't trust a TikTok content creator. Yeah. Because it's BS. Because do you really think that the iPhone 17 is going to have the same chip as the iPhone 17 Pro Max?
No.
That's not how they operate now. They split them up.
So the mystery is what chip is the 17 Air
chip is it?
Have? Yeah.
What's the Air going to have?
Yeah.
What's the camera?
Will it have its own one? I reckon it'll have the more advanced one.
I think so. I think that's the only way to draw people to the Air.
Yeah, to make it look more premium.
Yeah.
So, and mate, the camera is the big unknown, the big mystery to me too. The camera.
You're convinced that the big bump is to enable better camera technology?
Mate, I'll be really surprised if that extra addition to the bulk of the phone and the massive island isn't there for a reason. It's not. If it's just there for aesthetics, I'm thinking, well, is that how Apple works? Would Steve Jobs have done that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon there's some super duper thing, maybe a new periscope technology or something that they can help fit under there, because it's slightly elevated over a wider area. Would you take it? I reckon engineers were thinking, "Oh, mate, can we use that? I've got an idea for that."
Yeah. Look, the bottom line is there's 4 iPhones coming. Well, that's undisputable. What are the colours called? How rich and vibrant are the colours in real life?
How many weeks ago did we have the dummy episode? That was
like
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
we know broadly what's coming, but we don't know exactly what they look like. And anyone that tells you that they've got those or they have, it's just plain not true. And it bugs me so much because, look, it bugs me in part because they get views, and it's like, oh man, if I wanted to get views, I could make this rubbish up as well.
Yeah. But you know what? My question is, like, what is going to excite people this year about the iPhone? What's going to excite them?
Weirdly, I think that orange colour is going to excite people.
The colour. But I'm just saying, in terms of the device,
the thin phone.
The thin phone, I think, will be that'll steal the show.
Yeah, but I think Apple's gonna cop a, like, if you look at it, it's that whole you want exposure. That's good, but then there's this thing called sentiment. What is the sentiment of the exposure? Is it good or bad? I think they're going to go, oh wow, we got more media coverage because we have this thin phone. Yeah. But the sentiment's going to be, but it's only got one camera, and I probably wouldn't recommend it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Don't you feel like that's
I do, mate.
a big chance of happening?
What are the killer features that's going to distinguish these? Like, what's going to make someone think, well, I've got to get an iPhone 17?
Yeah,
because the AI, Apple Intelligence still won't, even when these new phones come out, Apple Intelligence is still playing catch up till next year.
Yeah.
So unless there's some whiz bang new camera technology, then a lot of people can think, well, and as we've always said, the 17 is not going to be designed and not aimed at the customer who's got the 16. It's aimed at the customer with a 12 or a 13 or a 14.
Spot on.
That's the customer. So don't think, well, that's only incremental upgrade. Then they're all incremental upgrades. Samsung, with the exception of the Fold 7, I reckon that was probably the boldest year-to-year upgrade.
Spot on.
It's going to be aimed at that customer who's had a phone for 5 years, and they think, you know what, time to upgrade.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's always a challenge for us when we're talking to people on the radio. It's like, this doesn't seem much different to last year, mate. Yeah. That's true.
It's because it's not.
You'll never hear me say, upgrade your phone every year.
No.
Why?
No way.
You should be aiming for 4 years, folks.
Yep.
Like if I'm having the only luxury that exists out of this game for us in a big way is I don't have to buy a phone every year because I'm changing phones every 3 to 4 weeks, right?
One a week.
If I was buying a phone, it would be at least 2 years, but probably much longer. Like I look at Jacko, he's got a 14, I think it is.
Yeah.
14 Pro.
Yeah.
That's going great for him. So that's now 15,
Mate, I gave
16,
my mum...
That's 3+ years old.
I gave my mum years ago an iPhone 12.
Yeah.
12 Pro Max, big one. And she hardly uses it, right? But it's still going fine.
Yeah.
Still does what she needs to do.
There's no way she needs to suddenly upgrade.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think that's always a real challenging thing to get that message out that this is not about comparing it to last year. It's about comparing it to. It's actually better to look at what it will do in 6-7 years from now. And what's interesting is one thing that Apple hasn't done. They do a pretty good job of supporting older devices. So iOS 26, which will also kind of be formally announced next week as well.
That'll be built
into this, but it'll be available for everyone, mid-September.
Yep.
That works on the 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
6-7-year-old phone.
So it's a 7-year-old phone. So they're at 7 years broadly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But see, Samsung is guaranteeing that. Samsung says we do 7 years of device upgrades, 7 years of software upgrades. I wonder if Apple needs to do that.
Yeah, I'm just sort of wondering how will Apple fare because we've seen the Galaxy Z launches, which were, you got to admit, very impressive.
Yep.
We're going to talk later about the Pixels. Yep. And how they've got some sort of solid new features and upgrades in the AI and all of that sort of thing. So I just wonder, at the end of all of that, we're going to see Apple come in last. How are they going to be viewed? I know there's a lot of customers waiting to see what Apple's going to come up with, but how are they going to... I think the customer who's waiting for the Apple... could it be that they think, oh, okay, well, maybe another phone is for me?
Here's what's interesting. I was thinking about I asked Stephen Rue about the obtaining customers. What's your best way? The low end customer, whatever.
Yeah.
And he didn't didn't say this was the only way, but he basically said, mate, migration.
Yeah.
There's new people. There's hundreds of thousands of new people coming here. They all need phones.
They want to get a free phone for 3 years. Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I'm not talking about that in this sense, but I'm talking about what's the market for mobile phones now? If everyone's pretty much rusted on, which let's be honest, they are, then it's actually new. So it's teenagers. It's, the younger generation that are coming into the market, right? So, okay. So from the age of 8 plus through to 16, 18, you're probably getting a phone, a hand-me-down from your mum and dad, right?
Yeah.
So Jacko, I'm not buying him a new phone ever. That's it. He's done. He's 18. He's got a job.
He's working. Yeah.
It's not a full-time job, but he's got money.
Yep.
I don't need to buy him a phone, right? So his next phone, what will he buy? He's probably going to buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to if you're trying to do anything at this point to build a 10-year business, I'd be doing what we've talked about, nothing, influence that younger generation and get some sense of, like, I think Harry could cling to nothing for a long time.
Yeah.
He's already well into it.
But didn't you find, though, that didn't your kids want iPhones when they were younger? There was like my kids, I said, there's every Android phone under the sun. No, I want iPhones.
Mate, one of the big comments I got on my video about the HMD Fuse that we talked about last week was teenagers only use iPhones. It was like and I'm like, dude, you haven't been to a school. Yes, it's crazy how many they use. But when presented with choice, I wonder whether a teenager given open choice.
Yeah.
In the same way that we gave our kids, but they rejected. So my daughter had a friend, she said, her iPhone 10 or 11 has a broken something, bulgings, I'm like, it needs a new battery, okay?
Yeah, right.
She's got a 10. Now, that's a very old phone.
It's old, yeah, wow.
Now, so my question is, would you take a brand new Samsung Pixel, nothing?
Yeah. Yes.
Because you can't get an iPhone,
yes,
right?
And yes.
You're mad not to.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how those companies, and this goes to the pricing and the onboarding of these things, right? For a Pixel, like nothing's smart because they'll get you in at $500, right?
Yeah.
They got CMF at $300, but they can get you into a nothing at $599, which is a stunningly good phone, right?
It is.
And it's half the price of a good iPhone.
Yep.
So get them in.
Yeah.
At a low price and then own them forever.
Own them for
Pixel doesn't do that.
Years.
Apple doesn't do that.
No.
Samsung does with the A series a little bit. I think that's the weird challenge for these companies.
Yeah, I know. I think that there is. Look, I'll call it. I reckon Apple's they've got a challenge here. I think they're holding on to customers, and could potentially, if there's not much innovation, if there's nothing much new, they may sort of not win many new customers.
But here's what will happen next week in the halls of Samsung in Korea, Australia, the US, everywhere.
Yeah.
They'll be filthy about how much coverage the iPhone 17 Air is going to get.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to get a lot of coverage.
Well, the S25 Edge beat them to it, but it's not Apple, is it?
But I would suggest that on a Richter scale of media coverage and social conversation, that thing's going to go off the charts.
Super thin phone, and it'll be reported like Apple has produced this amazing
because it is also
iPhone.
From our dummies and measurements, it's thinner than the Samsung.
It is by how much? By like 0.2 of a millimeter. So it's 5.6.
5.6 something versus 5.8. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do they call it? The world's thinnest phone.
I don't know if they can do that because there are some weird Oppo and Huawei devices out there, but it'll just be called. They won't. They'll say the thinnest
iPhone ever. Yeah, right. That's
because it is the thinnest iPhone ever. iPhone 6 was the thinnest before that, which bent.
So in your pocket.
That's going to be the second challenge. So I think the
see the headlines now.
I think the Air will win them coverage. I think it will win them expectation, like desire. I think they'll win the race for desirability, but then
they'll find out there's only one camera. What do you do, babe? What do you do, mate? One camera.
I think it's fascinating.
Because you think about it, right? The customer who would buy that thin, sexy, trendy phone, they'd be taking photos every minute.
And they would be 0.5ing the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, man.
So what changes in the Apple Watch?
Oh, it'd be
blood pressure. Are they ever going to get to blood pressure?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Blood pressure, but also, can they get it any thinner? Is there room to make it thinner?
They did that last year, didn't they?
I think blood pressure, which they don't have.
No, Samsung does.
Samsung have that, but you got to register it with a proper...
Yeah, which is fine.
And then it'll keep it... Okay,
and I think Apple
based on that...
would only do the same,
Yeah.
Yep.
And, sleep apnea is already a feature, just software update.
Yep.
The
big
will it be
one,
any
the big
bigger?
one I hear a lot about is blood glucose. I think it's called, with the one where you do a finger prick and
if
people with
you're- if you're a
diabetes.
diabetic.
I hear a lot of people wanting for that. I
Yes.
just don't know that that's ever
How
going
can
to
the
be.
watch do that?
I don't think it's ever going to be technically possible to
right.
measure, but I bet you they're working on it.
Wasn't there a feature that Apple couldn't have in their American phones because they
The one that they kind of
they
allegedly
sort
stole.
of borrowed it. This
Yeah.
technology is that skin temperature or something like
It
that,
was something like that,
or blood
yeah.
oxygen or
So
something.
they
Is it
needed to
blood
find
oxygen?
a new way of doing it.
Yeah, mate. They're not going to make it bigger, are they?
No, they've got to do a new Ultra.
The
though.
Ultra will have to. Well, are we due for a new design of the Ultra?
I don't.
What
I
are we
think
up to,
they'll just
2?
bring up. They skipped a 3, didn't they?
No, this is 3 now.
Yeah, no, but they didn't. They didn't have a new one last year, did they?
I thought they did. The Ultra 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
I felt like we were.
but it just had
3
just
years in.
just a different colour.
Right.
Yeah, it was like titanium, like black.
That's what
titanium
that's the only thing I see them changing is just.
You
like,
don't reckon it's like a zhuzhed up design maybe of the
It is what it
Apple
is.
Watch
Do you know
Ultra?
what I mean? Like it's a good,
Yeah, what more
unique
can you
look
do
of
to
its
it?
own. Yeah. I think
yeah.
they just come out with different body types and colours.
Maybe try and make it thinner.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do an ultra light.
Mate, when's it going to become? And I forget who asked me this question the other day. They said, when are they going to? Will they always have annual updates? When's it going to reach a point where there's just not enough to update every year?
Well-
they'll go to buy every 2 years or 5 years or whatever.
This goes to my biggest gripe about the Netflix price increase, right? The Netflix price increase happened because Wall Street demands that they make more money.
Yeah.
Apple needs to release products every year because the share market demands that they have a surge in sales
the
every
market,
Q3,
the actual market
Q4.
demands it too. So
Well, the share market does.
yeah.
But the market would be totally fine if they think about AirPods Pro got an amazing software upgrade which brought hearing aid capabilities, right?
Yeah.
If they put as much effort
They were
into
2 years
software
old.
functions
true.
of
Yep.
devices
Yep.
and continue to innovate features,
Yeah.
no one would
That's a
complain.
good point. Yeah, that's kind of like Tesla, introducing new features in the car.
You know what? Tesla's a
Yeah.
great example.
Yeah.
To as much as I say crap about them,
Yeah.
they've got the exact same.
Their products improve
with the
over
Model
time.
3.
Yeah.
It's the exact same car as was first released.
Yeah.
With brand new software regularly, and it's had one cut and paste of a body design.
Yeah.
And basically the odd extra feature like a screen in the back or something. But broadly, it is the exact same car.
Same one, but the software is updates being the difference. Well, that's kind of iOS 26 will be that for this phones, won't it? That's the other new phone feeling you can get if you're not going to update your phone. Like if you do get the 17, it's built in. You think, oh wow, this looks new and fresh, which it will be.
Yeah.
But if you're not upgrading, at least you can still upgrade the software.
I've got a massively controversial take for you, and we'll discuss it in further detail when we get to Pixel. But I'm not missing Apple.
You're not.
It's been
Oh, you haven't used, mate? I haven't used an iPhone for 4 months. I think
It's been 2.5
it's been
for me.
4 months.
I'm
Yeah.
not missing it at all.
Me neither.
I have these days where, so today
Yeah.
I filmed a video on both an iPhone and a Google, and so I had to put that into Dropbox before I could get it. Like, it's a bit stupid to have to do that, not be able to airdrop.
it. Yeah.
But there's a way around it. Like, it's not, it actually isn't an end of the world scenario.
No.
But yeah,
I've been quite
I had
happy on
this
Android
moment
the
where
last
I
few
go,
months.
because people would ask you the same as they do me.
Yeah.
What phone do you use? Well, I use all of them. What phone do you use most? Well, I probably end up with an iPhone most months of the year.
Yeah, mate, I'm going back to the Fold.
Yeah.
Fold 7. So like we've got the Pixels that we're going to talk
We'll talk about them shortly.
That's
Yeah.
mate. As soon as I can, I'm going back to the Fold.
Yeah.
Fold 7.
Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
it. Yeah.
So last thing then, AirPods. If they were to happen,
Yeah, that's
here's my only
Yep.
prediction, because they did it. Apple beats in-ear heart rate monitoring. So for joggers, active, you know,
yeah. Well, that makes sense because
because they have the technology. They know how it works, right? They've done it in Beats.
Definitely.
So that's the only thing I could think of that they could do to the
Would they ever
AirPods.
introduce colours to the iPod?
AirPods? I don't think so. Would they ever?
Be always white, you reckon?
Would they ever do an AirPods open? You know, this new
Without
range of
noise cancelling. It's just
just
cheap.
open style. You know, ones that sit
already
outside.
done that?
No, AirPods that don't go in your ear.
Oh,
I'm
you
talking
mean
about
that
open
don't
style.
sit inside, that just sort of
Open
rest
style.
in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
no.
sit outside.
No.
Leave that to power. Leave that to Beats.
Leave that to Beats, which Apple owns anyway. So
Yeah.
let them take the hit for that one.
Keep it
or
pure.
Be the pioneer for that one. But yeah, wouldn't you imagine if you had a choice of colours for AirPods, make them black or I suppose white is kind of their distinguishing feature, isn't it?
That's right.
You can tell straight away it's a pair of AirPods.
Yep.
Right.
So the thing is, if they can't improve, I mean, they can improve noise cancelling incrementally every year, obviously, but feature-wise,
Faster
what
charging, stuff
drives you to the AirPods Pro 3? It's support for hearing aid, and it's some new feature like.
But it's also too if you own an iPhone. It's just that whole getting that's part of the ecosystem.
I'll say this: I'm still blown away that we have all these bloody court cases that go on for antitrust and all that. Mate, the biggest antitrust I reckon is headphone pairing. I just, if I'm Sennheiser, JBL, Sony, Samsung, everyone, why can't our headphones just pair
like they do on an iPhone,
everyone else can?
With the
See, a lot of our listeners who use iPhones wouldn't know, but we see this because we drive a different car every week and we have a lot of Android phones. You get in a new car, you open up your phone, you go to pairing, and it just goes, Kia. And it comes up Kia. You go, boom, and you just pair. Like it's been
same with I got my JBL, my JBL earphones, and it said, we remember them from your other device. Here it is, and boom, it pops up.
Like Google has nailed that. And Apple
it's good, actually. That's
makes it a hardware thing. They make it about their chip. Okay, well, Judge, Your Honour, will they sell us the chip? No. So I think that is, of all the antitrust things in the world, I think that's Apple's biggest failure is not to open up their headphone pairing to the world.
If you want to add to the conspiracy theories, right, here's a little thing that I experienced when I was using my Samsung phone for a while, and I was still using my MacBook though.
Yep.
And there were occasions where I needed to use the hotspot, mobile hotspot, and it would connect fine. I'd get my emails, and everything would work.
Yep.
But go to Safari wouldn't work in some cases for. Like even for private browsing, you couldn't get it to work.
Really?
Yeah, because it was connected to a Samsung. But if I went to Google Chrome, worked fine. I don't know if that's just a problem for me, but it's just weird how. Like, I'll tell you another example. Try to Bluetooth a picture, right? You get Bluetooth images.
Yeah, it's so
from
hard.
Samsung to Apple. Yeah, it won't work.
Oh, I've done it.
How?
There's a setting in the Bluetooth settings of the Mac that you've got to turn on. It's like it's
no. I mean to the iPhone.
It's insanity.
To an iPhone.
From what?
Even to a Mac. How do you do it?
Hang on, what?
So I've got a photo on my Samsung.
From a Samsung to an iPhone. No, it's not possible.
Like, why?
Yeah.
It's Bluetooth.
Yeah. Well, AirDrop, again, really is the same as Android's Quick Share.
Yeah, yeah.
Why aren't they compatible with each other? Again, if I'm a judge, I'm like, guys.
No, but that was the other thing you wrote. Which you wrote last week about the RCS still not being in place?
I spoke to all three telcos, and it's not Apple.
Well... who is it then? I know it's the telcos, but hey, mate,
it's the telcos, mate.
Look, I don't. Again, I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist, but isn't it in Apple's best interest that this not happens?
No, because it's already happening in America. It's done.
Really?
It was released
with
US, iOS 18.
RCS is
iOS
working.
18 enabled RCS.
So why isn't it happening here?
Because the telcos here don't want to spend the money on it. They've got to do some tweaks to the back end and get some software engineers.
How much money have they got to spend?
Who knows?
Well, if it's not Apple, right? If it's not Apple stopping them, why isn't Apple enforcing them?
Well, because Apple can't tell them how to run their business.
Isn't it?
Apple can't tell them what to do. Apple doesn't care either.
But they don't really benefit.
And see, I read some stuff, some theories in like Whirlpool forums and stuff that it was because of legislation and regulation around like metadata and storing and stuff. And I went, well, hang on a minute. That makes sense, right? Okay, we don't want to stop people texting because then we won't have metadata. Stop. They're iMessaging and WhatsApping. So there's no issue. Just enable the bloody thing.
Go.
Now, in the quotes that I got from the telcos, TPG Vodafone looked the closest. It was like they were... I don't know. Just reading between the lines, it felt like they were the most likely to enable it. But now, having again been on Android for so long, you get these. You're in a message thread with someone, and you get all these ones that are all the different message threads, and you can see the ones that are RCS, like little ticks and all that kind of stuff. Like look, those there, my uncle, Jason. There's all these people that are RCS because I'm texting back and forward, and they're good, high quality messages.
I know. And the biggest gripe for me is that Joe's still on an iPhone. She sends me a picture. I said, "No, babe, send it to me on WhatsApp because Apple crunches it down. It looks like crap."
This is what you've got to do as a couple: WhatsApp. Is just go, we're on WhatsApp exclusively.
Yeah,
Amanda. I don't know when the last time she would have sent me I haven't turned iMessage off, by the way, since I switched. So there's still a couple that come through.
Still bouncing around. I get them on your laptop.
And again, the last ones that Amanda sent me were photos because again she was trying to send a photo from phone to phone, but. very rare to see messages from us. We're just exclusively WhatsApp.
We got a family chat on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just
family group chat. Yeah.
That's the thing. So there it is, folks. Wednesday week. So at the time of recording, 2 weeks away. So less than 2 weeks away as you're listening
September
to
10,
this.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. But you wake up in the morning and just
read EFTM and
sort out get the two blokes socials and everything. We'll have you covered.
We'll have it all there.
And then we will. Man, it'll be a Thursday episode for us. Yeah, because I will record late. It'll be like 10 o'clock Wednesday night, my time, back over there.
Yep.
So it'll be, that end up being Tuesday night. So we might...
Like late Arvo Wednesday for me.
We might be able to drop the episode on Wednesday night. So refresh your feeds. There won't be an EFTM that week, but we'll push it out. As soon as we've finished recording, we'll pump it out so you get all the news, and then we'll have episode 700, cheeky, sneaky, the week later once we're here in the studio.
Yeah, we'll do 100 together, don't we? Shouldn't we? Yeah, we should do that together.
Yeah, I think so.
In the studio.
Sure, I'll get Amanda to get like decorations and stuff.
No.
Why not?
Well, it's up to you. Don't get into too much trouble, mate. You can do some trickery on your backdrops here, can't you, mate?
I'll plant the seed now. You ready? Oh, no, but it's her birthday.
Ah.
I was just about to text my wife and say, hey, on the 17th of September, can you jazz up the office with some decorations for our 700th? And she'd be like, what an asshole. That's my birthday.
Yeah, no, that's not
She's
good.
26th birthday. It's very
26th
important.
birthday.
Every year is her 26th
really?
birthday.
For Joe, it's her 29th birthday.
Oh, okay.
29.
Yeah, right. Do all women do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
29. I'm a bit of a cradle snatcher.
The kids know the same thing.
Once they understand
Mum's turning
maths,
26,
Once they know math, thinking, okay, mate.
People are like, how old's your mum? 26.
Yep.
That's how we roll. Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
And now is the time to look at a brand new Wi-Fi system for your home. A couple of weeks, the NBN Speed Boost happens. If you want details on that, I did a full interview in the EFTM podcast. But it's happening, and your speeds are going to get... If you're on the 100 meg plan, you get 5 times the speed. 500 meg. If you're on the gigabit, you can get 100 meg uploads. If you're on fibre to the premises, this guy... He can order 2 gigabit internet, folks. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you reckon I'll do that?
I don't think he will. Honestly.
I'll be looking at it.
That's insanity.
I'll be looking at it.
But you can order all this speed, and you can have all this speed coming into your home. But at the wall of your home, that begins the problem for you. It's your problem to distribute that internet throughout your home. And if you've got a little modem router thing that you got from your internet provider, it's just doing this. Hey, here's some Wi-Fi. What you need is a Wi-Fi that is shouting across your whole home, and that's what an Orbi mesh system will do for you. So you have the router that sits next to your NBN box. You have a satellite or 2 in your home, and it creates a whole dome of Wi-Fi over your house, and it will be faster than what you're getting now. It'll be fast as what you're getting into the home, and it means that everyone can take full advantage of the NBN Accelerate plans, which are coming to all internet providers in mid-September. So don't waste time. Upgrade that underpinning network of your home and sort out your Wi-Fi today. Find out details at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
So the question is, do you feel comfortable doing a selfie for a bank to open an account? The NAB have launched this for new accounts of certain types, but it's very clear it'll expand across to pretty much all accounts.
Yep.
You open an account, because you got to remember, you don't go to a branch anymore. You go to a branch. You can do all this online. You can prove your ID. You can upload, Then they're going to want, from now, they're going to want you to do a selfie video, which they can then use computer technology to verify. Does that video face match the passport photo or the driver's license?
Yeah, right. That's smart.
I think so too. We had this conversation. I was talking to Chris Kohler from 9 News about it last week because he was like, is this a story? Is it scary? Is it what? I'm like, to be honest, some people are going to be scared by it because they don't want to do this kind of thing. But let's be real. Yeah. The elderly generation are not opening new bank accounts.
No.
Are they? No, so this is for a younger generation, right? And I think that they will... I think they'll just do it. They'll just embrace it. I did it because, again, changing phones I changed, mate, last week on... Thursday, I changed back to the Galaxy S25 Edge, set up all my apps because I wanted to time it. It took me half an hour here to transfer my phone and then an hour and a half at home to log into everything, right? Yeah. So 2 hours. And the next day the pixels arrived. And I went, oh, geez. So I did the 2 hours again. But MyGov ID, or My ID I think it's called now, is an app I install immediately. Put your passport details in, your driver's license details in, and you've got a full digital ID ready to go, easy to log into MyGov and all that kind of stuff. But it does this really cool thing after you put your passport in. It does this flashing. It doesn't show your photo. It does this kind of embossed version of your face in a circle, and then it flashes these lights. It comes away and goes in seconds. It says 98% match or 99% match.
Okay, so it's you.
That's what I imagined this NAB thing to be doing.
Yep.
Now, I will say I did hear, they must have heard me talking because I got a note from NAB about, because I wondered what happens to the data, right? So
The photo that you send them.
Yes.
Yes.
So to be clear, because I actually thought it was just kind of real time, what they told me was in relation to regulatory requirements, the NAB is required to store/keep customer onboarding documentations, i.e. driver's license, passport, etc., as a part of the Know Your Customer regulations.
Yeah.
So the selfie forms part of that identity validation. So they will keep that video.
And so they make you use that a picture to compare to your next picture.
Well,
if you have one.
I think the most important part of that is they've got to store it so that if, the federal police come along and go, well, this account is fraudulent, it's been defrauding people of money, who is it? They can go, well, here's the passport and here's the video that proves it was them.
Right.
Like they can go, we checked, hands in the air, we checked. So do I feel great that there's more information being saved? No. Would I have preferred that the bank said, guess what we're launching? We're launching digital ID account opening as an option. It's optional. It's optional. And imagine you could go, my name's Trevor Long. I live here, I live there, da-da-da-da. Here's, and it would say, verify your identity. Upload driver's licenses or use My ID.
Yeah.
You open up the My ID app, it gives you a 4-digit code. You put the 4-digit code into NAB and it goes, we know who you are. Congratulations.
Couldn't it be more like a passkey setup? You know how the passkeys work now?
Yeah, but you've got to establish an account first.
Yeah.
The passkey is essentially protecting your MyGov, right? Because you've got biometrics protecting your digital ID. Yep. The point of a digital ID is not to have to hand over a passport or a driver's license or a selfie. The point of a digital ID is to say, I have given you a connection to the government that allows you to ring the government digitally and say, is this Trevor Long? Yes or no? Yes? Great. He's got an account. That's all it is. Because to log into MyGov, it's got to be you. Now, if someone steals my phone, they can't get into my MyGov account.
Yep.
If they want to get into my MyGov account, they've got to have a second factor authentication, which is probably my phone or my face anyway.
Yep.
So I respect this.
Yeah.
But actually, we should be going a step further, which is just to bypass all of this identity document rubbish and go digital.
Didn't Facebook or Meta bring something like this out to avoid the deep fake scams and stuff?
I had a lady on the EFTM podcast this week. She goes, I've just created a Facebook account for the first time. Yeah. She was elderly. She goes, I'm traveling and I want to keep in touch with my family. And after a day, it cut my account off and made me do this selfie thing. I don't want to do it. What's fascinating is she didn't give it a profile pic, so it had nothing to verify against. So I think it would have failed anyway. In the end, I told her to just use WhatsApp to keep in touch with the family. Facebook was stupid for that. But yes, they do. If they suspect something on an account, they will enforce
That's one way of
selfie validation.
Yeah, like saying that this is me.
And matching it against existing profile
Because your
pics.
face has enough points of difference.
Especially yours.
Yeah. Well, isn't Face ID on the iPhone the only facial ID accepted by the banks? Because it's so detailed.
I don't know. Can you face ID?
I don't think you can. You can only use fingerprints on other.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Face ID is the only one that's thorough enough and secure enough to be trusted by a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their Face ID is pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's that whole dot.
It works in the dark too.
Dot projector, I think they call it.
Yeah, if you're in complete darkness, you can also notice.
Again, conspiracy theories. You see these people that in the dark use another camera to film an iPhone, which is constantly, if you've got it sitting up, it's constantly looking for a face.
Pulsing, That's
what it does. It's not a conspiracy. It's just what it does, folks.
Happens, yeah.
But see, the reason NAB and others don't want to do the digital ID thing is because of bloody social media, because there'll be a bunch of people on social media going, this is outrageous, the government's taken all our data and we have to use ID. Mate, I'll be honest with you, and I will, out of respect, I will message her directly, but I'm going on a tangent here, I apologise, but Dr. Joanne Orlando, who we both know very well, she's doing these TikToks, and she did a TikTok that I came across the other day, and she's talking about how everyone's going to have to upload their ID to get on the internet and social media in December. I'm like, whoa, that's not true.
Yeah. If you're over 16,
if they, well, that's the argument, is that everyone's going to have to do it to prove that the others are under 16.
Yeah.
Only if they suspect you're under 16, will they then ask you to do some form of age verification?
Yeah.
And that must not only be government ID. It must include some sort of facial recognition
like
or something.
Selfie.
Yes, but it must not require that you upload your digital ID. So,
wow.
Anyway, the problem with the digital ID is the Australia card problem.
Yeah.
No, everyone thinks it's a conspiracy by the government to own your information.
And guess what? They do.
They already do. Christ almighty.
Who do you think you send your tax return to?
Who do you think's got your driver's license, your passport,
and your passport,
your tax information?
Hello.
Christ almighty.
Imagine if we had have done that back in the day.
Oh,
how much easier would things have been now?
Yes. We'd be like, you know what?
The government said, we told you.
Digital version of the Australia card. Here it is. We'd be like, oh, yeah, cool.
On your phone.
You know why it's a problem? COVID safe. Everyone lost faith in the government because they rolled out an app that was. I stand by the fact that it was a great app. It had great intentions.
Is that the tracing one?
The contact tracing one. For its early attempts, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But we just found better ways of doing it. And we got Google and Apple on board.
They
had a crack.
Yeah, they had a go.
During a frigging global pandemic.
Yeah.
But, everyone thought it was the government collecting data and stuff. They couldn't give a rat's where you are.
That's just... It's a shame, and look, if the government was confident enough, they should have won that argument.
Yeah,
well, they should have won that argument back then.
Because
and they didn't stand up to it.
Politicians are scared to have those conversations.
Yeah, well, mate, it's about who. Okay, if you don't like it, you're not going to vote for me.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Anyway. There it is.
Interesting.
All right. Well, anyway, the National Australia Bank details of that, are they tech on? They're definitely at EFTM.com.
No, they're not a tech on.
Okay. EFTM.com. You can search up and find out all about the National Australia Bank selfie verification system.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Okay, and I know why you're moving the top-down area, because the Google Pixel devices went on sale today.
Boom.
August 28th.
Talk about skipping time.
So we've been using. What have you been using? The 10.
Just the Pixel 10.
Did you ask for that?
I had the 10 and the Pro XL, and I like a smaller phone.
I was Pixel 10 Pro XL, of course.
Boom. 10 Pro XL. So you can already see a bunch of additional cameras if you're watching the video version of the show. They're very similar looking devices. I got this lemony yellow.
Yeah, that's pretty trendy.
I need to work on the exposure of this camera. It's not great.
That's okay. It's not bad.
It's overexposed. It's a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, big camera. But basically, they look exactly the same as last year.
Same as last year. Yeah.
They ain't that much different, are they?
Quite heavy. They're hefty.
Hefty, really?
You can't, hold this one.
What are we, dueling swords? Hold that one. Yeah, that is hefty. That has some heft.
Yeah, it's decent weight.
Fair bit of girth on this thing too, just quiet.
Yeah, well, you know what, mate? It's all about length, brother. That's what I hear.
It's very yellow. Anyway. I don't mind it, actually, I'll be honest. I got to tell you, it's been a week. It's been a week, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful phone.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
Camera's
slick.
good. Gemini's good. Yeah, performance is great. Tensor G5, is it on board?
Yeah, mate, the screen is beautiful. It is super responsive. I mean, some people love to kind of look at, refresh rates and hertz and all that stuff, but you're not going to see it well on this video because this video is in a certain frame rate. But I would argue it's beautifully smooth and scrolls lovely. I mean, I find it to be ultra responsive, and for that I really, really love it.
But the Gemini is still the star of the show here, I think, and the whole, what's it, the new feature, Magic Q, where it knows all your emails, it knows all your attachments, knows all your conversations, your messages.
How do I cue that on?
And it depends on the query you ask. Depends on what you ask it. So you might say,
have I got any really important emails in the last couple of hours? Is that the kind of thing I can do?
I guess so.
First, you'll need to connect Google.
You're on the Workspaces one.
Yeah.
I'm on my non-Workspaces one whenever
I can't do that. I've only got Workspace. It's everything.
Okay, yeah, I've got the other one.
But it should work now because I can connect stuff. So the theory is, and we are getting close, where, remember I've talked a lot about AI and wanting it to be able to help me with my emails?
Yeah.
Mate, the ChatGPT 5 integration with Google and Calendar and stuff is not bad.
Right.
I asked it to have a look at my week and tell me if I had any good gaps and stuff. It did a pretty good job. and this is working
What
too,
did it
by the
say?
way.
Yes, Trevor, there is enough room to watch a whole season of Sneaky Pete.
This has worked, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
What did I say? Have we gotten, in the last couple of hours, have you received
Yeah.
any important emails? You received an email from a travel team asking about flight options. That's pretty important. And another one about an event. Deliveries and look at this. Deliveries and products.
Yeah.
Partnerships and collaborations.
Wow.
General updates. Mate, that's pretty good.
So, because it's looking into your inbox.
I got to tell you,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Wow. And so, does my calendar as well?
Yeah. Calendar, attachments.
Have I got a busy week next week? No, it's found the word attachment.
Your schedule is full of meetings and appointments with little time for breaks.
Scoop.
All work and no play makes Trevor a dull
mate.
boy.
So here's the thing about Gemini, right? And this is tough for Samsung because they Galaxy AI, but Gemini is what makes the Galaxy such a good phone. I have loved my time on Android because Motorola, while I was on that, has Gemini. Samsung has Gemini. The Google obviously has Gemini. I just love setting alarms because that's one thing I do. Like I'll set alarms. So
Trevor's
if I've got
favourite pastime.
no. So Thursday, for example, I have. Oh, geez, I might need. Are you available tomorrow afternoon? What are you doing?
Tomorrow afternoon,
Yeah.
I've got a briefing.
What time?
Or till 2:30, 3:30?
Till what?
No, I think it finishes then.
Okay.
you
What are
want
you
to
doing?
say
At 1:30.
exactly?
What are you doing? 1:30 till 2 and 3:30 till 4.
Why?
Just worried I can't do my radio
Oh,
because I'm
Jesus.
emceeing an event. Anyways,
Hang on.
we move on. So what I'll do at like 12 o'clock on a Thursday,
Yep.
I'll go, you know what, I'm a bit caught up in what I'm doing. I'll set an alarm for like 1:23 and 3:23 to remind me to do those radio shows.
Yep.
And I can do that now in just one verse. I can just go set an alarm for this time and then another one for this time. You know, you can just have that
What time is your radio?
1:30 till 2.
That's my briefings, 1:30 till 2:30.
Okay, that's good.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, right.
Sorry,
what
mate.
about 3:30 till 4?
I'm
I'll do
open.
that one.
3:30 till
I'll
4, I'm
I can
open, but you
3:30
can
till
do
4.
that, mate.
I can do the other one. I can't. It's the early one that's a problem.
Okay, well, 2 words, mate. Or is it one word? Pre-record.
You can't pre-record talkback, you idiot.
Is it talkback? I thought it was just you chatting about segments.
No, mate. No.
Okay,
No,
we'll
it's all
just
good.
tell them this week there'll be no talkback. It's pre-record or nothing.
I'm not even going to pre-record. It's too late. But what are we talking about? I got off the rails. We're talking about Pixel.
Back Pixel 10.
I mean,
Now,
so the
how-
thing is, it's vanilla Android, right? This is how Android's meant to be.
Yeah, there's no layer on top of this. So this is Android 16 or 17 is this now?
Whoa, 16, I think.
16, yeah. So
So what?
I like it's such a clean interface. I
It
really
is,
like.
yeah.
There's no UI because it's Android, right? Pure Android.
Yeah. It's funny because you go from,
Magic
say,
cubes. There we go. Look. Find info instantly. Find each task faster. There's all your Magic Q settings.
right.
Use data from recent screen activity. Use foundational data. Magic Q updates. Magic Q uses AI to offer you personalised suggestions based on your selected
do I
data
find this?
sources in settings. Go right down the bottom. So go settings and right down the bottom above safety and emergency.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
Magic
all
Q.
turned on anyway.
Yeah, so I think it's turned on by default,
Right.
if I'm honest. About iPhone.
About Google.
about
you mean?
Google
Android
Pixel.
16, I just checked.
Android 16, yeah.
Yep.
17 won't be till next year. And it takes eSIM, doesn't it?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Android version 16, yeah. Did you know you can do this? You know, when you tap on 16 a lot, often.
Have you seen this?
I've got that already.
Have you got that already?
Yeah, that's
What
built.
is it?
That's built
How much did you pay for
under
it?
glass. That is.
What have you paid for that?
That was years ago.
What did you pay for it?
A lot less than that.
Wow.
Way less than
Just
that.
showing Stephen some Lego that someone just sent me to annoy him.
I've got that already, and it's in a plastic case. It's
Wow.
underneath my
That's the one
screen.
with the little, yeah, okay. Anyway, so here's the thing. How do you break through as Google?
Yeah.
Because
Well, mate,
I think
it's
this
not on price. That's for sure.
I think this
These are iPhone prices.
this is as compelling as the Galaxy.
You reckon?
But competing with Samsung. That's who they're competing with.
Yeah, but you know what, mate? If you've got like this phone I've got in my hand here, I think it's $2,000, right? So it's the XL 256
This
or
is like
512.
$1,350 or something.
This is $2,000. If you got $2,000, you're at JB Hi-Fi or Harvey Norman or wherever you're buying your phone. You got an iPhone, you got Samsung, Galaxy S, Z, whatever you want looking at, and you got a Google. Is that that's tough competition.
We've been saying this for 15
It's
years.
tough competition. And look, we know, and I know, I hear from them, Pixel lovers love. They're into the Pixel. They're
Let's be clear.
fan boys and girls.
Have you got any complaints about this phone?
Nothing.
I've got nothing.
None. No. It is a really efficient phone. Slightly heavy, if that's my only criticism. It's a bit heavy.
Yep.
It's a bit bold. As soon as I gave it to Joe, she goes, "Oh, that's heavy." And I gave it to my mum. She goes, "Say the same thing. Oh, it's heavy." So if that's the only complaint, then there are no complaints.
Yeah.
Because it's a really well put together phone. Great features. Mate, Gemini's killing it. Gemini's great. Camera, excellent. Their cameras are always good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a camera on that. 'cause I haven't used
Even
the
with
Mac.
the scene coach, what they call camera coach,
Right.
they can tell you how to frame your pictures and
So
stuff.
10X is digital?
No, 10X is
Optical.
Is optical. Yeah, there's a big periscope on the right hand side.
And then how do I
periscope
get to 100?
You just keep squeezing in.
Oh,
and it'll go
you
digital.
actually use
Yeah.
manually do your
But
zooming.
10X optical, that's just all glass then for you to do it.
I'm trying to look at what I'm taking photos of here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of zoom at 100X.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it looks horrible. But the 10X is optical and looks gorgeous.
That's sharp as. Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, price is their only problem.
Yeah, I think that. Look, I think that and they've done an Apple too. There's no longer external. There was never external storage, on micro SD card slots on Pixels, It was always
they've
cloud.
never had that.
It was either cloud or you just buy more.
Yeah.
And Samsung did the same thing. They took after Apple there. Remember Samsung used to have micro SD card slots in their phones?
Yeah, it was like you take out the SIM card and there'd be one in there.
People got to buy it like Apple. You got to buy the memory from them.
Yeah.
So, look, I've got no real complaints about it. It is, again, a pretty much an incremental upgrade. It's not like if you've got a Pixel 9, I wouldn't be trading it in and getting this one anytime soon. It's pretty much, an incremental upgrade. But you got to remember, too, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold is not out till October. So if you got your normal phone, your Pixel 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL, the Fold isn't coming till October. So, pretty cool.
All right, love it. And there'll be full reviews at techguide.com.au and EFTM.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Two Blokes Talking Tech. Arlo have been a great supporter of the show. And you know what? With Father's Day coming up, guess what? There are some nice specials to be had, and they're going to obviously last till way beyond Father's Day or around Father's Day. You can still got a couple of weeks yet, but you're looking at some pretty decent discounts if you want to maybe add to your setup or start from scratch. You got some decent savings to be had here. I've seen up to 20 or 30% on prices on the site here. So be sure if you want to get something for Dad. If Dad's already set it up already, you might want to add some more or start him off on your own so you can get the essential outdoor second generation camera. There's the Pro 5 2K cameras. There's the essential XL outdoor camera as well, the Ultra 2, and there's also the Go 2. So if Dad may have a little a boat down the marina, he might want to keep an eye on that.
Holiday house.
Put a little SIM card in that, and away you go. And then of course you got your doorbells and your wired floodlights, which really illuminate a wide area and can tell you exactly what's happening, day or night. So I think if you want to forget the socks, forget those other presents, the mugs, number one Dad, on the mug. Forget that one. Forget that. Arlo is your best bet here. Up to 20% off selected cameras. Well worth checking out. Your dad will love you for it. Check him out, arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Now, I had a conversation, and I have to admit, you'll never hear it because my roadcaster failed me. And,
no.
I have to at some point I have to tell the people at Commercial Radio and Audio, which used to be called Commercial Radio Australia, that my conversation with Lizzie Young, the CEO, won't be on the EFTM podcast, and I'm really disappointed by it because it was an awesome chat. We were talking about what they're calling prominence, and now this was a conversation you might remember a year or two ago about television. The TV networks and Free TV Australia went to the government and sent in inquiries about prominence, making sure that TV companies
They could find them.
TV companies have to, from next year, put the free TV apps at the top of the menu bar. Basically, they have to be really easy to find. Yeah. Because they're essentially worried that all this international, overseas, and paid content is being prioritised over the
over
free
free-to-air.
stuff
Yep.
that is also getting some taxpayer support in many ways. And they're worried that radio is the same. And I've got to tell you, this resonated with me immediately, and I knew it would with you as
Yes.
well, because when we get in a new car, and we're lucky enough to do that pretty much every week, and a lot of the Chinese ones are really badly guilty of this, you're like, how do I turn on the radio? Because you get sucked
find
in,
the
you go,
radio,
okay, well, what was the one that didn't have bloody Android Auto?
The
A couple of
was
weeks
it
ago.
Pulse?
It was like,
Not Pulse, no. It was
that's got it
the
built in. It was like
Leap motor.
Leap. Yeah, it was the Leap motor that I
motor.
bagged heavily.
Yep.
It doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.
Yeah.
And
Lifts
so,
your game, Leap
so at
motor.
that point, I went, okay, how do I find the radio?
Yeah.
But in other cars, you kind of bear into your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and then you start worrying about whether or not you listen to the radio.
Yeah.
In one of the cars, it's like, okay, I've got to press media. And then it's a radio. It's a source, USB, CarPlay, whatever, radio.
And every car's different too, by the way.
Every car's different.
Yeah.
Some cars have AM, some cars have FM, some cars have DAB and FM, some cars have only DAB. Most of them don't have AM, let's be real.
Yep.
Some cars, when they've got DAB, which is digital radio, and this is only for people in the 5 metro cities, maybe 6 now, you get it, and there's like, this is really complicated, but I worked in the industry for long enough to try and explain it to you. There's 3 transmitters, call them. They're called ensembles, but there's 3 transmitters. And on each transmitter, so one of them is ABC and SPS. Another one is pretty much the Triple M network and one other network. And on the other one is like 9 radio and an ARN. So they're all different. So you're in getting a car and you go, well, Triple M's on here and this is on here, but where's 2GB and where's Nova? They're not there because this car has only scanned for one of the ensembles.
Oh.
Mercedes used to do this badly. They would make you switch between ensembles to find stations. And it's like, geez, can I just give me a station list of everything?
Yeah.
And so the commercial radio and audio organisation's point is we need prominence. Radio needs to be prominent. And it's not because they want more people listening to radio. Millions of people listen to the radio. It's because when there's a disaster, when there's a flood, a bushfire or something, and someone's been in their car listening to CarPlay and Spotify all their life, and they go, quick, put on the ABC because we find out what's happening with the evacuation.
Yeah. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
I've found
So you just open up the ABC app. What if the internet's down?
Yeah. You need to broadcast. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I find that when I'm in Android Auto and in CarPlay, there's usually the car's logo as an app, which is kind of your shortcut back to the home screen.
Yes, but then on the home screen, where's
then
radio?
You've got to find it. I've got to say, I found it hard to find it on the Kia.
Yeah, it's under media.
Yeah, I'm thinking, where am I looking?
There's a media button.
But I remember pressing that and thinking I don't know how to scroll through that area, but it took me a while to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I think
you're
it's
right.
a
And
really fascinating conversation.
Even working out, okay, how do I get to the list of stations and then trying to scroll through and find the one you want.
Yeah.
Hard to set favourites as well,
Yeah.
and shortcuts and various things. So, yeah, they've got a point that if once you jump in the car, like, that was usually the first thing that was on in
Program
the
your
car.
presets.
Just get in there and you turn on the radio because you had nothing else. It's not like you had Apple Music and all this
I
other stuff in there.
remember, and this will date us both. I remember driving a Saab 9.6 in I'd say like 2003 or something like that. I got in this car and, Saab, it was a pretty cool car at the time, had 6 presets, right? But I was able to save, and this at the time to me was revolutionary. I was able to save, because I'd be like 2GB, maybe TUE, WSFM, I was able to save FM and AM on the same 6. Because back in the day, like even in a Holden Commodore in the 2000s, you had an AM set of presets and an FM set of presets. If you wanted to find your FM radio 6 presets, you had to switch to FM, and then your buttons would be your FM presets.
Oh, so you could save AM or FM in the same preset.
On the same 6 buttons, physical buttons on the dashboard, right? Obviously, then I remember our VE Commodore. You could save anything anywhere, but like back in the day. It was just a button push to go, boom, I'm listening to that now.
That's awesome.
Today, it's bloody hard to find
You're right.
the radio.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not buying into this conversation, just park yourself for a moment you're on holidays down on the south coast of New South Wales or in the Dandenongs of Victoria, and there's been a bushfire. And the Telstra towers are down. It's going to be half a day before they get their cell on wheels up there to restore that. Therefore, you've got no internet. And how do you find out?
How do you communicate? How do you
what's happening?
find out what's doing? Yeah,
You can't ring
without
anyone.
a TV.
You're in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you find out which roads are open?
Yes.
How do you find out what areas they're asking you to evacuate? You turn on the radio.
I do notice driving through some tunnels too. They tell you to tune in your AM, your radio.
That's so they can make
to hear
announcements.
emergency announcements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should have that mentality for other times as well.
There's nothing that you can do as a listener other than if you feel passionate about this, talk to your local member.
Yeah.
Because that's really, I mean, again, politics is a tough thing, but your local member that you voted for, it doesn't matter, they're your local member, you're a constituent of them,
Yep.
is responsible to represent your feelings to the relevant minister. Of
course.
So if you write to your local member, hey, dear Julian, who's my local member, I've been thinking a lot about this issue that's been raised lately of radio prominence, and I worry that our area ever suffers from a bushfire. There'll be people in our area
hard to find it,
with
yeah.
modern cars and lacking connectivity, and they won't be able to find the radio. And I think we should address that as a nation. And I'd like you to represent this to the Minister for Communications. It's his obligation to send that to the Minister for Communications.
I agree, but won't the answer from the car company saying it's there? There's just all this other stuff on top of it.
But that's the same argument the TV companies had. It's there.
Maybe.
But you've got to put it on the home screen.
Put it there, prominent. Right, okay.
They want a button.
Hence the name, prominence.
Prominence for radio.
So they're not all. I know there are some cars that got AM, FM, like buttons, dedicated radio buttons, but a lot of others don't. I think there's a media button or,
Think about a Tesla. It doesn't have
no buttons at all. Even my car is all through the touchscreen.
Yeah, I know, but even the buttons that exist on the touchscreen.
Yeah. Well, I think a Tesla doesn't have
AM or FM,
AM
does
radio. It doesn't have radio. It's only got digital. or the apps.
I don't think it's
radio
digital.
app.
It's just radio.
Yeah,
it's just
a radio
tune-in
app.
radio.
Yeah.
Does it have radio app now?
I think it's tune-in radio. No, it's tune-in radio.
Which is a rubbish
Which
app.
not all, like 2GB isn't on that.
No, because tune-in, and just so you know why that is. And it's so, by the way, this also applies what they want to voice assistants. They want Google, Apple and Amazon to ensure that radio is always prominent and be able to play me this radio. It just works.
Yep.
Because Apple, you can't play radio stations other than the ABC.
Yeah.
On a HomePod. Because Apple did a deal with TuneIn Radio, thinking this is the ultimate source of radio stations. Problem is, TuneIn Radio was taking for free a feed from 2GB, for example, when I was there, and they were making it available to people, but they were putting ads in.
Yeah.
So hang on a minute, you can't monetize our feed. So all the commercial stations went, bugger you, and so they don't make it available there anymore. So Apple has no interest in talking to the Australian radio industry and making that fix.
But I find when I ask to listen to 2GB on my Alexa speaker.
Alexa's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alexa and Google are fine.
But it plays an ad though.
Yeah, but
they must
that's
get
2GB.
Paid. They must
that's
get
2GB.
paid.
That's a pre-roll for 2GB.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's coming direct from the stations.
And they earn money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they clip the ticket. Nice.
No, Alexa's got nothing to do with the ad.
Yeah.
That's 100% coming down the stream.
Coming from the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we need to make sure that they don't in any way make it harder to listen to the radio.
Well, shouldn't the car, I suppose it would have, you got Google Assistant and all that in the car and Siri. Yeah. Shouldn't you be able to say, hey, play 2GB?
You should be able to, at the very least, you should be able to say, open the radio.
Find it. Where is it?
That JQ last week would just constantly come up with its voice assistant while I was singing.
That
songs.
would change stations on me too.
Really?
I'd stop and I'd start again. There'd be a different station. The one I'd used listen to before to go back to another station.
When you got in the car again, it would also change the volume.
Yeah.
I had it at full volume.
Weird.
When I get back in the car, it's at low volume. I'm like,
that's
pump the music, people.
Conversation for the EV podcast,
Definitely.
perhaps.
Put it on the list.
The next one.
All right. Speaking of which, we're away for a couple of weeks. We're off to IFA on the weekend.
Yes. So
safe travels.
Big IFA we're expecting. My first in 6 years. I've never been to IFA since I worked out since 2019.
That's awesome.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah. Hasn't changed much.
I hope not anyway. But we'll be coming in hot from IFA next week.
I would suggest following us on Instagram, Stephen Fennick and Trevor Long AU, because there could be some shenanigans.
Yeah. We are going to be roommates.
If he eats more than his fair share of the cornflakes.
No, mate.
If your room is anywhere near mine and you snore, drama.
Yeah, you'll be hearing plenty then.
Oh, really?
I'll give you some earplugs.
Jesus.
I'll be telling you what I told my wife. Here's some earplugs. Yeah.
All right.
I think, aren't you in the master bedroom up the top floor or something like that? Or what?
I'll be there early enough to determine that.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, I've got the little bunk beds in the kids' room, haven't I?
Yep. Yep. You're a boarder.
Just a bed, mate. It's just
You're essentially a subletter.
Just a bed.
Yeah, mate. It's just, you know what I love about being in an Airbnb? It feels more homely because you're there for a week. Yeah. There's a fridge. There'll
be plenty of Diet Coke in there.
It's not like room service, and there's there's a lot of room to sit, You don't have to just sit on your bed. Hotel, you just sit on your bed a lot of the time.
At the desk.
I never sit on the desk.
What? I always use the desk.
Often the desk is not comfortable.
Always. Even when it's right under the television, I'm like, right under the TV, still do that on the desk.
Oh, good on you. All right, mate. Safe travels.
And I mean when I'm using my computer on the desk is what I'm talking about, okay? See ya.
See ya.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.